Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. Now we're going to set down a courtside for the senior night festivities.
Senior night. Before we recognize the seniors and their parents, I want to welcome all those from Norwood, and I want to congratulate Norwood on the fantastic season that they've had. Congratulations to you. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Yeah, give him a round of applause. You can give him a round of applause. Give Norwood a round of applause. Very nice. There you go. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of the student body for supporting us and coming out to the games this year, as well as all the parents who have attended our games. We're going to recognize each senior now, one by one. First is number 3, Cooper Willardson, with Dad Jay and Mom Christy. Next up is number 20, Emerson King, with Mom Gretchen and Sister Acadia. Our next senior, number 24, Jackson Canales, with Mom Julie, Dad Carl, and Sister Sydney. No Sydney. Sydney's got a game tonight. Number 35, James Marcinowski, with his father, Joe. Our next senior, number 23, Mitch Simulus, with his dad, Charlie, and his mom, Kirsten. Our next senior is number 33, Sam Dadajian, with his mom, Jen, dad, Chris, and brother, Ryder. And our final senior tonight, number 15, Sean Brown, with his dad, Mike, mom, Camille, and sister, Georgia. Let's have one more round of applause for our seniors. Thank you very much. Hey guys, why don't you help them move the screens over there?
job out there.
All right, folks. Senior night here at the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center as the Hopkinton Hillers are set to take on the Norwood Mustangs. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call with you tonight. They're going to warm up for another 7.5 minutes, and then we'll be ready for game time, so we'll step aside. But for now, you can check out the Hillers warming up and getting ready to take on the Norwood Mustangs coming up next on HCAM. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball on HCAM as the Hillers are getting set to take on the Norwood Mustangs and a crucial TVL large matchup. Hopkinton 9-4 on the season. Norwood is 12-3, and this matchup here tonight could possibly determine who will win the TVL large, a big league matchup. It's these two teams right at the top, and right now, let's send it down to courtside.
High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball game as the Norwood Mustangs take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Before we begin tonight's game, we ask you to join us in a moment of silence as we remember and honor the lives lost in the tragic airplane crash in Washington, D.C. This tragedy has deeply impacted our communities of Norwood and Hopkinton as we mourn the loss of friends, neighbors, and loved ones. Their presence in our lives brought joy, kindness, and unforgettable memories, and their absence leaves a profound void. Tonight, as we come together in the spirit of competition and community, let us also stand united in remembrance and support for the families and friends grieving this immense loss. Please join us now in a moment of silence. Thank you. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest updates of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and the berating of players or officials. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at Hopkinton High School. And now for tonight's lineups for the visiting Mustangs. At guard, captain number 5, Caden Sheehan. At guard, captain number 12, Sam Larkey. Forward, captain number 22, Pratchett Carnell. At guard, captain number 24, Brian Dearborn. At center, number 55, Alex Yukumchek. The coaches for the Mustang are head coach Chris Fraioli, assisted by Jack Powers, Casey Kirby, Davin Sweeney, and Matt Thistle. And now let's make some noise for your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. At guard, senior, number 20, Emerson Kang. At center, senior, number 35, James Marcinowski. At forward, senior captain, number 24, Jackson Canales. At guard, senior captain, number 3, Cooper Willison. At guard, senior captain, number 33, Sam Dedejian. The manager for the Hillers is Ryan Click. The head coach for the Hillers is Tom Keene, assisted by Chris Banks, Nick Walker, and Jay Golden. Now, if you could please rise, if able, for the singing of our national anthem. Shout out to you, Click. Shout out to Click.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready for Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball on HCAM. As tonight they take on the Norwood Mustangs. It is senior night. The Hillers celebrating 6 seniors before the game, or actually several seniors. They had Cooper Willinson, Sean Brown, Emerson King, Mitch Simulus, Jackson Canales, Sam Dedejian, and James Marcinowski. 7 very talented seniors for this Hopkinton Hiller team this season, and they are hoping to have a great run in their senior year as well. The last time these two teams met, Hopkinton got the win in Norwood on December 13th, 53-43. They're hoping to get another one here tonight and clinch the season series. Marcinowski up against Yuckomchac, and we are underway. Norwood with possession, working right to left across your screen. Norwood in their blue and yellow jerseys, the Hillers in the white with the green numbers. It is a packed house here at Hopkinton High School tonight. It should be a fun and exciting crowd during this senior night game. Yuckomchac with the late up attempt, no good. Willinson has the rebound. Here comes the Hillers. King gets it over to the corner, driving in. Marcinowski to Dedejian, back to Marcinowski. Dedejian along the wing, feeds Willinson up top. Willinson directing traffic. Hillers hoping to respond with a win off a tough loss, and a nice way to start the game. Emerson King off the glass and in. A 3-point bucket for this senior, Emerson King. Hillers up by 3, 1 minute into action. Full court pressure by the Hillers. The feed over to Yuckomchac, no good, and a rebound by Marcinowski. Willinson feeds it to Dedejian. Well, the Hillers had a tough loss Tuesday night against a very good Dover-Sherborne team. And it was a game the Hillers did expect to win, but Dover-Sherborne really just had a great night shooting, but the Hillers hoping to respond with a W here tonight. Marcinowski trying to squeeze through the defenders, lost the ball briefly, gets it back, feeds it underneath, back to Marcinowski, up for the jumper, no good off the rim. A battle for it along the far side, keeping it in bounds. Good hustle by Canales, but Norwood ends up with it. Along the far side, Dearborn. Dearborn thought about it, feeds the wing, three-point attempt, and he knocks it down. Sam Larkey, the junior, strikes, and we're knotted at 3 apiece. Willardson feeds it over to King. Back to Willardson now. King and Willardson pass back and forth. Now over to Canales. Canales going to drive it, feeds the corner. Around the perimeter they go. Over to Willardson, 3-ball, got it! Hillers feeling it from the perimeter so far tonight. In the trap, Dearborn, he does get it away. Some body contact along the near side. They're going to say that Sheehan stepped out of bounds. Hiller ball. Good defense by the Hillers. They're being aggressive and setting up those traps. And they get a nice turnover. Willardson with it. Over to Canales. And now the jumper to Dajan. No good. Grabs his own rebound. Canales ends up with it as it was batted beyond the perimeter. And that was the Dajan from the elbow. No good. A rebound Norwood. Dearborn with it. Dearborn feeds it over to Sheehan. Now back to Dearborn. Now over to Larkey. Along the far side, Connell. Mustangs trying to open up the interior. Driving in, he lost it, stripped away from Connell, and a battle for it. We're going to get a jump ball call. Possession arrow is going Hiller way. And looking around at the crowd here tonight, not a lot of spots available. One of the biggest crowds we've seen all season long. The fans have showed up for this senior night, Friday night game. Willardson gets it over. King, and the pass out now to Dajan, and he knocks down the 3. The feed from Canales and Dajan with the third Hiller 3 of the game. A 9-3 Hiller lead. Larkey gets it over. It's knocked away. Willardson, quick break. Off the window and in. What a start for the Hillers on this senior night. They lead it 11-3 with 4:07 left to go. A trifecta of threes to start off the game. Willardson, King, and Dajan all hit from beyond the perimeter. And then Willardson gets the steal, goes coast to coast, puts it off the glass. And this is the way you'll want to start on senior night. And I think the Hillers, they're certainly probably a little antsy after that tough loss on Tuesday, and they want to get right back in the win column. We're getting towards the end of the season, and every win is going to count towards the seeding. And the Hillers did move down a little bit in the seeding that came out today. They were number 20, but they moved down to number 22. And there's your student section. It is just absolutely packed tonight. Let's take a look at the TVL standings real quick. Norwood 12-3. They're ranked second overall, and they are 23rd in Division II. Hillers are 9-4, 22nd in Division II. And then you got Westwood 9-5, Dedham 8-6, Ashland 2-13, Holliston 4-8 in the TVL Large. As Norwood set to inbound off the timeout. Full court pressure once again by the Hillers. Up the near side they go. Dearborn driving in for the shot, going to draw the contact. First foul of the game by either team. That's going to be on Mitch Simulus. So Dearborn at the line for a pair. Hits the first. Now for the second. And it is good. Willardson taking it up to their side. Over to Dajan. Now to Brown. Around the perimeter they go. Marcinowski flings it out to Simulus, driving in, and he tried to punch it back to Marcinowski. It's stolen away. Dever got the turnover for Norwood. Dearborn with it along the near side. Dearborn feeds it over. Now Connell with it. Dever back to Connell. He'll launch the three. No good. Oh, Williston had the rebound, was trying to come down court with it. It was stripped out by Larkey, but out of bounds it goes. Hiller ball. 3:18 left to go in this first quarter. Hiller's up by 6. Williston taking it up. Dadasian gets it into Marcinowski. Out to Dadasian, launches a three. No good. Battling for it underneath is Brown, and we have some contact. Foul against Norwood. That's going to be against Justin Cochran. And the Hillers have the inbound. Marcinowski out to Simulus. Good passing by the Hillers. Back out to Simulus, and now along the far side, Willinson. Underneath, up goes Brown, no good. It's stripped out. Hillers maintain possession as it's picked up by Dadasian. The kick out to Willinson, launches the three, no good. And the big man has the rebound. Yuckumchak pulls it down for Norwood. Mustangs back in the offensive zone. Dearborn driving in. Around the defender, and he goes. He has 4 points early in this game. Marcinowski, he's blocked by Yuckumchak. Well, Yuckumchak, he's going to be a force to deal with. Certainly a lot of height in the low post for Norwood. Dearborn gets it to Larkey, now to Yuckumchak. Yuckumchak to the rack. No good on the lay-in. And then batted out of bounds. It's going to be Hiller ball. Oh, good blocking underneath by the Hillers. You had Marcinowski teaming up with Brown to block them. And you're going to see a lot of Sean Brown tonight because the Hillers are going to need a lot of height in this one, and Brown will provide some of that. Canales driving in, up for the shot. Count it. Full court pressure by the Hillers. With it is Dever. Around the top of the perimeter they go. Now to the corner, three attempt, no good. Off the back iron goes Larkey. Batted in the air by Yuckumchak, pulls it down and kicks it out. Driving in, Dever feeds it out. Now with it, Dearborn from the short corner, no good. And pulled down by Canales. A quick pass to Willinson. Willinson back to Canales. Around the defender, yes! Jackson Canales with the old school hook shot. Along the far side, driving in. And it will eventually fall in. Sam Larkey. Larkey with 5 points for Norwood. Willinson back to the corner. Good passing by the Hillers. Brown trying to work his way in. We're going to get a charge call, I believe. It is going to be against Norwood. That will be on Brian Dearborn. On the entry, August. Along the wing, Canales. Up top, you got Gavin Cho. Well, the Hillers are switching up the talent on the floor a lot and frequently tonight, trying to create confusion. Up for the shot, and good. Ryland August. Well, it's good to see the Hillers finishing their possessions tonight. They struggled with that a bit in the Dover-Sherborne game this past Tuesday. Sheehan trying to feed it in. We have a foul. It's going to be against the Hillers. They're going to get Canales with his first. Team second. 13.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Hiller girls over in Norwood tonight. We'll check in on that game throughout the broadcast. They got a big win Tuesday night on the road in Dover Sherborne. Dearborn with it, trying to shake the defender, driving in, rejected. Marcinowski says, get that out of here. Norwood will have the inbound. Sheehan on the entry. Gets it in. The jumper, no good. Batted out, and that'll do it. The quarter comes to an end. At the end of one, it's the Hopkinton Hillers 17. The Norwood Mustangs 9. Great start for the Hillers here in front of this packed house on senior night. And they were feeling it from beyond the perimeter in that first quarter. And one of the strategies that they seem to be using in this game is frequently switching up the talent on the floor. You saw about 3 different rotations of talented athletes coming in and out of the game, and it seemed to create a good amount of confusion for Norwood, so we'll see if they keep doing that as we enter the second quarter. A couple TVL updates to tell you about as the Hiller cheerleaders doing their thing. And TVL small boys basketball, Medway leading Medfield 14-13 at the end of the first quarter. Also in TVL boys basketball, Dover Sherborne leading Millis at the end of the first, 15-14. In girls basketball, Millis defeated Dover Sherborne tonight, 56-33. And we are ready to continue on to the second quarter. On the entry, Sheehan. And a good feed there as driving baseline is Sam Larkey. He lays it in. He has 3 buckets already tonight. Along the elbow, kicking it out, August. Canales back to August, Willardson, or that's the Dejan rather. Up goes Cho, no good. Here comes Connell. Larkey. Feeds it over to Connell, and it gets by him. Quick break by the Hillers. Driving in Elstrom Hall off the glass, no good. Punch out of bounds. Norwood will have the entry. Full court pressure continues by the Hillers. I'd expect that throughout the majority of this game. Connell gets it over to Larkey. Larkey trying to squeeze by the defenders. Feeds it out. Now back to the wing. Connell, Larkey into Yuckumchak. And a 3 from the corner, no good by Dearborn. Punched in the air, pulled down by August. Quick break, Canales, and no good. But the putback, count it. Gavin Cho with the follow through. Hiller is up by 8. Dearborn launches it across to Connell. And Connell trying to feed it in, but it looks like we have a foul. It's going to be against the Hillers. They're going to get Canales with the contact. That's his second foul of the game. On the entry, Dearborn over to Yuckumchak. Kicks it out. Along the far side, Larkey. There's Dearborn feeding it out. Wide open 3 attempt. No good by Connell. Well, the Hillers risked letting Connell go for it there. And that pass by Cho intercepted by Dearborn. Dearborn gets it over, and we're going to have a foul against the Hillers. Patrice Petit-Ferrier coming into the game for the Hillers. Nice to see him back out there. He was out for a couple of games with an injury. And he's a guy that could really provide a spark for this Hiller offense, especially around the perimeter. Pass underneath, no good. On the lane attempt by Connell. Marcinowski with the board. And as Petit Friere coming down, he's going to draw contact. Second foul of the game on Dearborn. Dejan on the entry. Cho with it. Good passing by the Hillers. Marcinowski along the baseline, no good on the reverse, and Norwood has it. That would have been a sweet finish there. Yuckumshak working the low post, no good, pulled down by Cho. Willinson feeds it over. Petit Friere passes it out, and out at Asian along the far side, driving in up for the jumper, no good. Pulled down by Connell. Dearborn with it. And stripped away. And a quick break by the Hillers and the finish. Patrice Petit Friere with the finish. A nice steal there. The hustling junior, Patrice, getting it done. Along the near side, Larkey feeds it in. Yuckumshak off the glass. Count it. Timeout on the floor. 21-13 Hiller lead. 4:43 left to go in the second quarter. And we'll take a look to see if we can get any more TVL updates. Try to check in on Norwood, see how the Hiller girls are doing. As they are in the middle of a huge battle with Norwood tonight as well. Very important game for them. Norwood certainly a tough team on the girls' side. Norwood 10-3 on the girls' side. Hopkinton 7-6. So I'm sure they got a good battle going on over there in Norwood as well. But so far in this game, the Hiller boys offense really clicking. And this is certainly what you want to see after a relatively tough night shooting-wise for the Hillers this past Tuesday. As we are ready to continue off the timeout. Well, no update yet from Norwood, so we'll certainly keep checking to see if we get one. Willinson taking it up the floor. Feeds it over. Petit Friere launches it for three, no good. And the rebound by Dearborn. Dearborn gets it over to the corner. Dever driving in, back out to Dearborn. Dearborn trying to shake the defender over to Yuckumshak. And that pass a little strong going towards Larkey, but he regathers along the far side. Now over to Dever. Yuckumshak trying to work the post, and he puts it in. The big man over the defender. Hiller's trying for a quick response. Up and in with the reverse lay-in. Emerson King. Good response by the Hillers. The Hillers passing a lot more crisp tonight as well. Connell over to Dearborn. Back to Connell. Driving in, nearly stripped away by King. Dearborn with it. Trying to shake the defender, gets it over to Connell. Up for three, no good. Rebound to Dejan. Willinson takes it up. Gets it over to King. Launches the three, no good. Brown going in for the rebound, but that's okay. Willinson is there. Willinson pulling it down, up and in. A 10-point lead for the Hillers. 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Dearborn feeds it over to Dever. Launches the three, no good. Air ball, but the putback, count it. In the right spot at the right time is Connell. Dejan gets it over to Willinson. Willinson back out to Dejan. Up top, King. Over to Dedejian, out to Patrice. Launches the three. Count it! Patrice Petit Fradi, 28-17. And stripped away, and we have a foul. Hiller is going to change up the talent on the floor. Marcinowski back into the game along with Ryland August. On the entry, Simulus. An 11-point lead for the Hillers. Over to King. Marcinowski kicks it out. Three ball, no good. Batted in the air, pulled down by Simulus. Over to Marcinowski. Up top, King. Over to the wing, Simulus for three, no good. Off the rim it goes, but the Hillers maintain possession. Good hustle by August. Feeds it over, stripped away, battle for it. Simulus picks it up, and then it's punched away by Larkey, and Norwood has it. Dearborn taking it up the floor. 1:35 left to go. Launches the three, got it. Brian Dearborn, the captain, striking for his second time tonight from the field. Willardson up the near side, and behind the back dribble. Over to the corner now, Marcinowski kicks it out. Driving in, Willardson off the glass, no good. And Yukumchak with the rebound, nearly punched out by Marcinowski. Dearborn driving in. Up he goes, and in he goes. 28-22, 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. King gets it over. And off the hand of Marcinowski, out of bounds it goes. Cochran gets it over to the near side to Larkey. Back to Cochran now. Nearly stolen away by Simulus. And it looks like it'll be Hiller ball. We'll have a backcourt violation. Ryland August feeds it into Willardson. Dedejian back to Willardson. Gets it over. The kick out to August. Launches the three. No good. Marcinowski with the rebound. And Marcinowski drawing the contact. They're going to get Dearborn with his third foul, so he'll have to be careful. Willardson for three, no good. 27 seconds left to go in the quarter. And it ends up out of bounds off of Yukumchak as he was trying to pull down the board. It's going to stay with the Hillers. I think the official gave Yukumchak a little talking to after he seemed a little frustrated. Marcinowski out to Willardson. Willardson trying to shake the defender. 18 seconds left. Gets it over to Dedejian. Now to Marcinowski. Marcinowski thought about it around the defender. Up for the shot. And good. A nice bucket for Marcinowski. 4 seconds left. Norwood, they're going to have to shoot long distance. Goes for it. No good. Off the mark is Larkey. And that'll do it for the second quarter. An impressive first half by the Hopkinton Hillers. The shooting is on tonight so far, and they will certainly have to keep up with the good offense against this very talented Norwood team. Hillers outscored Norwood in the first quarter 17-9, and then a 13-13 second quarter. 30-22 is where we stand, and right now let's send it down to courtside for the cheerleaders. On Tuesday, January 21st, Hopkinton Hiller girls basketball hosted Norton. Steve Spector and Mike Terosian were on the call.
For sure, and there's a three-pointer.
Oh, pretty.
Which was beautiful. Gabby Simulus with a freshman with a big-time three, cutting the lead to 7. Wow, nice shot. Callie Salem.
Norton took the win over the Hillers 41-34. Hopkinton falls to 6-5. Norton improves to 6-6. On Wednesday, January 22nd, Hiller wrestling battled Dedham. Here's a look at what happened.
First, we have Sean Baker to meet his parents, Jody and Michael. Ian Byatt is going to meet our coaches for a photo. Ryan Doon to meet his parents, Victor and Gina, and his brother, Henry. Anthony Flores to meet the coaches. Ryan Hoyt to meet his parents, Carrie and Ken. Lee G to meet his mom, Heather, and brother, Idris. Ian Peterson to meet his parents, Amy and Matthew, and his siblings, Eli, Emery, Isaac, and Abel. Next, we have Mateo Tomas to meet his parents, Jose and Lynette. Cullen Whitram Surya to meet his mom, Sheila, and grandmother, Genevieve. And Jacob Desolates to meet his parents, Heather and Wade. And last but not least, Captain Stephen Moody to meet his parents, Michelle and Steve, sister Julie.
The Hillers took the win 53-30 and improved to 4-0 on the season. On Thursday, January 23rd, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes.
On the blue course, 11 right down from Hopkinton.
Be sure to catch Hiller Alpine Ski Thursdays live on HCAM. On Friday, January 24th, Hiller boys basketball hosted Medfield, and it was a record-setting night of scoring for the Hillers. Here comes Elstrom Hall. Tadasian, Willardson for 3. Yes! Cooper Willardson feeling it. He has 9 points on the night, a trifecta of 3s. Now driving in, Armani kicks it out. Back to Armani, it's punched away, and Willardson has it. Willardson feeds it out. Simulus thought about it, kicks it back to Willardson, up for 3. Yes! Cooper Cooper Willitson. Willitson, Elstrom Hall. Trying to split the defenders there, able to get it back. Fires it over for three. King, count it. To the corner, Willitson for three. Yes! With the pressure, Cooper Willitson knocks down another. He has 15 points tonight. Yes. Underneath, and the Hillers have the turnover. Pass goes right into Dejan's arms. Elstrom Hall down the lane, count it, plus the foul. 5 seconds left. Over to the corner, 3 attempts, got it! Ryland August gets the buzzer beater. And the Hillers go into the fourth quarter up by 22, 76-54. A 33-point third quarter, and the Hillers tallied 99 points and took the win over Medfield 99-75. Cooper Willitson led the way with 21 points. James Marcinowski netted 17 points, and Mitch Simulus added 15 points. As the Hillers improved to 9-3, Medfield falls to 8-4. On Saturday, January 25th, Hiller boys hockey battled Medfield. It was a 3-1 Medfield lead heading into the third period. Merkel up against Sanderson. Over to the near side. Dixon gonna send it up the ice. Spavento sets it aside. Cajoli trying to come down, stalled away. There's a shot, turned away. Welcome back in to the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We are ready for the second half. As we enter the second half, it is a 30-22 Hiller lead. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. And a big shout out to our crew working hard tonight, John Ritz and Barry Arnott. An impressive first half for the Hillers. They're battling a very good Norwood team. They have a lot of height, but the Hillers finding ways to get buckets. First half scoring totals for Norwood: Sam Larkey 7 points, Pat Connell 2, Brian Dearborn 9, Alex Yuckumchak 4. For the Hillers, Willitson with 7, Petit Friere with 5, Emerson King 5, Jackson Canales 4, Ryland August 2, Gavin Cho 2, Sam Dedajian 3, James Marcinowski 2. As we are underway in the second half, Hillers working right to left across your screen. With it, King gets it over to Marcinowski, kicks it out to Willitson, out of the corner, driving baseline, Canales, and it's blocked by Yuckumchak. Norwood gets the turnover. Launching a three, no good. Ball batted out, and out of bounds it goes. It's going to be Hiller ball. Emerson King on the entry, gets it over to Willitson, driving in, feeds it over to Marcinowski. Marcinowski around the defender, up with the left hand, count it! Marcinowski 4 points so far tonight. Along the near side, Connell squeezes through the defenders, gets it over, and stolen away. Quick hands there by King. Willitson back to King. King to Willitson, launches the three. No good, off the rim, off the top of the hoop, out of play. It'll be Norwood basketball. Connell on the entry, full court pressure by the Hillers. Along the far side, Connell. Over to Dearborn, back to Connell. Driving in, up he goes, no good. Hillers have it. Over to Willitson. Up he goes, no good. And it's going to be Norwood basketball. Full court pressure continues from the Hillers. Pass along the far side of Dearborn, out of the corner looking for Sheehan. Sheehan up against Dedajian. gets it over to Larkey. And now into Yuckumchak. And it stripped away by Willitson. A nice turnover for the Hillers. To the rack, the pump fake, the shot. Count it. Jackson Canales with the finish. 6 points for Canales. We have a foul on the inbound attempt. It's going to be on Willitson. Some contact there. That's his first. Hillers up by 12, looking to continue to add on to their lead. A nice run to start this second half. Dearborn with it, and Dearborn lost it. Taken away by Canales. Feeds it over to Willitson with the finish. And Norwood needs a timeout. It's all Hillers early on in the third quarter. A 6-0 run to start the second half. Hillers with a nice 14-point lead. And things are going their way right now. A couple TVL updates to tell you about. We have a final from the Norwood Hiller girls basketball game. The girls lost in a close one to Norwood, 45-37. Certainly a good effort by the Hiller girls against that very strong Norwood team, but Norwood gets the win, 45-37 in the girls game. Abby Rabinovich had 12 points for the Hillers, Megan Grady 9 points, and Restaghini had 8 points and 8 rebounds. In TVL small boys action, Medway defeated Medfield 58-50. Medfield now 9-5 on the season, and a big win for Medway tonight. And at the end of three quarters, Millis girls leading Dover Sherborne 41-25. We are ready to continue on. Off the timeout. Hillers hoping to keep the momentum on their side. Connell on the entry, full court pressure. Sheehan gets it over. Yuckumchak trying to feed it underneath. It's taken away. The hustling Jackson Canales with another turnover. Up to Willitson. Around the horn they go. From the corner to Asian, no good. Yuckumchak with the rebound. Punches it over to Connell. Connell over to Yuckumchak. Up for the lay-in, no good. Yuckumchak with the follow-through is no good. And Yuckumchak was able to swat it towards the perimeter where Dearborn picks it up. Dearborn working his way in through the defenders. No good, but we have a foul. It's going to be the second foul for Willitson. Second team foul for the Hillers. Brian Dearborn at the line. Hits the first. Dearborn has the team lead for Norwood with 10 points. And he hits the second. First points of the quarter for Norwood. Willitson up the far side, over to the corner. Good passing by the Hillers. Up for the shot. August, who's blocked. Hillers maintain possession as Brown kicks it out. Brown gets it over to the wing to Dasian. Willitson now to the corner. Three ball. No good there by Simulus. It's going to be Norwood basketball. Connell on the entry. Dearborn gets it over. Driving in underneath Yuckumchak. Dearborn feeds it over to the corner. Three ball, count it. Patrick Connell knocks it down. August gets it over. Petit Friere launches it, no good. Rebound Yuckumchak, and here comes Norwood. Dearborn driving in through the defenders, kicks it out. Three ball, no good. Rebound, August. Taking it up, Cho, and he draws some contact. They're going to get Michael Dever with the foul. His first, team first for Norwood. On the entry, August, looking for Petit Frere, and it's taken away, and we have a foul. We're going to get Patrice with the foul, his first. Connell over to Yukumchak. Looking to kick it out. It's taken by August. And we have, it's going to be Norwood ball. Connell on the entry, gets it over. Up top, Larkey. Over to Dearborn. Dearborn for three. No. A little short there. And it's scooped up by Brown. Feeding it up the near side, August. And a nice feed to Patrice, who has the finish. 7 points for Petit Frere. An 11-point lead for the Hillers. Along the wing, 3 attempts. No good there from Connell. Hillers have the rebound quickly into the offensive zone. Off the window goes Simulus. Hillers outscoring Norwood in this second quarter so far, 10-5. And it's swatted out of bounds. It'll stay with Norwood. The Hiller students getting into it. On the entry, Connell. Gets it over. Cochran gets it out. Driving in, Connell. Up for the shot. No. And August trying to collect along the baseline. Fumbled it. Out of bounds it goes. It'll stay with Norwood. Connell on the inbound. Feeds it out. And it looks like we have a foul. Going to be on Petit Frere, his second. With it is Connell, gets it over. Dearborn back to Connell, and swatted away by Petit Frere. And we're going to have a backcourt violation. And Norwood's arguing that it should have been a change of possession because Petit Frere swatted it on the other half of the court. And they might change the call here. Let's see. No, it's going to be Hiller ball. Okay. August on the entry. I guess you could argue maybe there was simultaneous contact with the ball. Driving in, Cho. Gets it over to August. Along the wing, Cho. Patrice along the corner. Launches the jumper. No good. Pulled down by Dearborn. Dearborn surrounded by defenders, taking it up. Driving in. Around the defender, count it. And that ball nearly taken back by Norwood. And trying to argue it for Norwood was Cochran, but it's going to be Hiller ball. And the Hillers making a line change. Marcinowski and Dadasian back into the game. Willison in there as well. Show to Willison. Willison shaking defenders up the far side. Marcinowski now along the corner. Driving baseline, kicks it out. Cho into Dadasian. Back out to Willardson. Willardson forces his way through, kicks it out. Dejan, Willardson launches a three, no good. Batted in the air. Willardson able to keep it in bounds and knock it over to Cho. Dejan. Over to Marcinowski. Petit Friere. Looking to shake the defender. Back to Willardson he goes. Dejan. Kicks it out. Three ball. No good. And out of bounds it goes. That'll be Norwood ball. Well, a good possession by the Hillers. Able to burn some good clock time there. Of course, you would have liked to have the bucket. After tonight, the Hillers will be on the road for a pair against Dedham and Holliston. We'll be here for the girls' games those nights. Through the defenders, drawing the foul, Dearborn. Brian Dearborn, the senior. And he's at the line for a pair. It's going to be the first foul of the game on to Dejan. Team fifth for the Hillers, Norwood in the bonus. No good on the first free throw. The captain on the second of two. Crowd getting into it, and he knocks it down. And Norwood shooting well from the line. It's been all Dearborn at the line, and he is 5 for 6. Dejan kicks it out. Willardson driving in up for the shot. No good. Pulled down by Dearborn. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Dearborn gets it over. And now Yukumchak kicking it out. Three ball, no. Rattles out. Willardson with the rebound off the missed shot from Cotrin. Norwood going to get the turnover. Errant pass towards Cho. 25 seconds left to go. The shot clock is off. Over to Larkey. Now Dearborn. Dearborn working against Cho. 10 seconds. Driving in, a nice feed underneath. Up and in goes Larkey. And along the near side, looks like we're going to get a foul. Hillers will have the entry. It's going to be Elstrom Hall on the inbound. That was the second foul on Cotrin for Norwood. Here's Willardson. Over to Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall with the long shot. Nearly had it, but just off the mark. At the end of three quarters, it is a 40-32 game. Both teams scoring 10 apiece in that third quarter. And you got to give shout out to Norwood. They ended up on a 4-0 run to end the quarter. We got a little momentum going, and as you can see, this game has turned into more of a defensive affair. And one of those kind of gritty, physical games. And the Hillers, they could win that type of game too. They could win the high-scoring shooting fest, or they could win those defensive, gritty games. But tonight, it looks like it's going to be a chess match defensively. And it should be a very entertaining fourth quarter. We want to remind you, tomorrow afternoon, we got Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey as they take on the Ashland Clockers. And excuse me, it's actually Hopkinton girls hockey against Ashland. Should be a great game, 2 p.m. tomorrow at the New England Sports Center. On the entry, it is indeed Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls hockey tomorrow afternoon. A nice block underneath by Willardson as Larkey was going in for the shot. It'll stay with Norwood as we start the fourth quarter. On the entry, over to the corner. Connell out to Larkey. Larkey gets it over. Feeds it into Yukumchak. The kick out. Up for three. Got it! Caden Sheehan knocking it down. Elstrom Hall with it. Well, the Hillers, they need to try to get something going offensively. They struggled towards the end of the third quarter, and Norwood going to have a turnover here. We are through a minute of this fourth frame. A three attempt here, no good. And it is batted out of bounds. It's going to be a Norwood inbound as the Hillers will change things up. Ryland August back into the game along with Mitch Simulus. Yukumchak kicks it out. Back to Yukumchak. Around the defender, and he draws contact there. He will be going to the line for a pair. That's going to be the first foul of the game on Marcinowski. And Yukumchak misses the first. Well, there's not very many guys when Marcinowski's reaching up that he's touching their hand. It's usually well above the head of his opponent. No good on the second shot. So Yukumchak, a big man for Norwood, and he is a threat in the low post. Kadasian feeds it into August. The kick out. And it was stripped away, but we have a foul. It's going to be against Norwood. And that is going to be the fourth foul on the captain, Brian Dearborn. So that's going to put Norwood in a bit of a pickle. They'll likely be taking him out to rest him until towards the end of the fourth quarter. And he's going to come out indeed as Michael Dever back into the game. August on the entry. Marcinowski gets it over. Around the perimeter they go. Willitson gets it over with the skip pass. Marcinowski kicks it out. Willitson driving in, up for the shot, no good. A battle for it underneath. Yukumchak comes away with it. Feeds it over to Sheehan. Sheehan working against Willitson. Driving in, no good off the glass. Yukumchak pulls it down, kicks it out. Three attempt, and he knocks it down. Pat Connell with a big-time bucket for Norwood. It's a 2-point game. Norwood right back into it, and the Hillers need a timeout. Things starting to go the way of the Mustangs, so this is where you take a timeout, talk things over, and you hope that it will be a momentum breaker for Norwood as they are on quite a run. The Hillers have not scored in the first 2 minutes of this quarter. A 6-0 run for the Mustangs. So the Hillers are going to have to find a way to reactivate their offense. Let's take a look at some TVL updates. Holliston fell to Dedham in boys basketball. 45-39 was the final in that one. Medway boys over Medfield 58-50. The Medfield girls defeated Medway 60-28. And we mentioned this earlier, the Hiller girls falling to Norwood tonight, 45-37 in a good battle over in Norwood. And we are ready to continue on off the timeout. 6:02 left to go, a 40-38 Hiller lead. It's Hopkinton ball off the timeout. August back to Willitson. Willetson trying to shake the defender. Gets it over. Simulus back to Willetson. 3 attempts. Got it! That is just what the Hillers needed. 12 points for Willetson tonight. Driving down Dever. No good there. A battle for it underneath. Dever came away with it, but we have a foul. It's going to be Hiller ball. I think the official saying that Dever was out of bounds when he collected along the baseline. Willetson gets it over to Simulus, and now the jumper by August, no good. Collecting the rebound, Dever. Over to the near side, Connell. Norwood passing along the top of the perimeter. Larkey gets it back over to Connell, driving down, squeezing through the defenders, no good on the hook shot. Collected by August along the baseline. King taking it up. Over to Willetson, driving baseline, trying to punch it to Brown underneath. It's stolen away by Connell. Norwood quickly into the offensive zone. 4:50 and counting left to go. A 5-point game. Larkey gets it out to Dever. Dever to Yukumchak, back to Dever now. Dever for 3. No good. Willetson with the rebound, but it's stripped away by Sheehan. A jumper here from up top. No good on the long 2 by Larkey. And then on the rebound attempt, we have a foul. It's going to be the second foul of the game on Michael Dever. Cho gets it over to Simulus. Back to Cho now. Along the far side, King. Cho to King, back to Cho. Now over to Simulus. Now into the interior to August. Launches a 2 from the elbow. No good. Pulled down by Sheehan. Driving down through the defenders and kicking it out there is Dearborn. So Dearborn back into the game. One more foul. His night is over, so he'll have to be careful out there. Yukumchak over to Dearborn. Launches a 3. No good. And it'll go out of bounds along the near side. Hiller ball. 3:47 left to go. Time running a little low for Norwood. But certainly still plenty of time for them to get back into this game, but they're starting to struggle from the field these last few minutes. On the inbound, Brown. Cho will take it up. Willetson to August. August gets it out to Cho. Willetson, and a good feed there to August. Kicks it out to Dasian for 3. Got it! Sam to Dasian. Good to see him strike from the perimeter as he was struggling for a little bit as Larkey trying to respond with a layup will draw a foul. Unfortunately, he did not take out our camera down there. It's going to be on Sean Brown, his first, team third. First of 2 is good for Sam Larkey, who has 10 points tonight. Second of 2. Got it. A 6-point game. Cho taking it up. To Dasian. Back to Cho now. He'll call it out. Cho gonna drive in. Up for the jumper. No good. That was a nice drop there by Cho. Couple of box outs. Nice little pick and roll action. Fortunately couldn't finish. Norwood working along the top of the perimeter. Dearborn gets it to the corner now. Connell. Feed to Yukumchak, who will draw the foul on the lay-in attempt. It's going to be against Cho, his first. Team fourth for the Hillers. So Norwood one away from being in the bonus, and Yakubchak hits the first of two. Got it. Big time free throws for Norwood, a 4-point game. If you're the Hillers, you need a bucket here. You don't want to let Norwood steal the momentum back. Cho to Dadasian. Back to Cho now. Dadasian. Defenders quickly getting towards Dadasian when he gets the ball along the perimeter after he hit that last three. Back to Cho. Into the interior, kick out to Dadasian. Canales, Marcinowski. Marcinowski with the finish. That is just what you needed if you're the Hillers. 2:05 and counting left to go. Driving in, Dearborn kicks it out. Connell back to Dearborn. Connell now gets it in. The big man, Yakubchak with the finish. Timeout on the floor, a 4-point game. Down to the wire we go. 1:51 left in regulation. Hillers 48, Norwood 44. What a game it's been. Well, there's been some back and forth momentum in this one. In the first quarter, it was all Hillers. They outscored Norwood 17-9. Then in the second quarter, back and forth, we went a 13-13 quarter. Hillers led at the half, 30-22. Then into the third quarter, Hillers started off on a 6-0 run. Norwood ended up finishing on a 4-0 run. The 40-32 would be your score heading into the fourth quarter. And right now with 1:51 left, it is an 8-12 quarter in favor of Norwood. 48-44 is where we stand. Well, if you're the Hillers, this is a big win, and this could potentially give you the entirety or a share of the TVL Large title, depending on what happens in the remaining league games this season. Dadasian on the entry, full court pressure by Norwood. Good passing by the Hillers. Marcinowski feeds it over. Along the far side, Simulus. Back to Willitson. Simulus. Dadasian kicks it out. Willitson gets it over. Back to Dadasian. 12 on the shot clock. Canales. Over to Marcinowski. 7 on the shot clock. Marcinowski to Dadasian. The three ball, no good. Yakubchak with the rebound. A big turnover for Norwood. Dearborn gets it over. Yakubchak. Oh, we got a foul. Willitson can't believe it. They're going to get Marcinowski with his second. Norwood in the bonus. Yakubchak went 2 for 2 last time at the line. 3 for 4 overall. Misses that one. Huge free throw right here. Takes an extra hard look and hits it. A 3-point game. Down to a 1-possession game, 1:05 left. It's going to stay with the Hillers, knocked out of bounds off of Cochran. Dadasian on the entry over to Willitson. Feeds it up to Marcinowski. Oh, that pass too long in the direction of Simulus. Yeah, I think, I'm surprised Coach Keene didn't call a timeout there, draw something up. A little bit sloppy of a pass there. Under a minute left to go, a 3-point game. Straddling the sideline, the airborne going to drive in. Yugumchak kicks it out. 3 attempt, yes! Pat Connell has tied it. 48 all. 40 seconds left. Marcinowski gets it over. August along the baseline. Kicks it out. Along the wing. Simulus. No good. August bats it in the air. Yugumchak pulls it down. And I believe we have a foul as well, and we do. So not only does Norwood get the ball back, they're going to the line. 30 seconds left. And that's on Canales. It says 5, but I think they have the fouls for the wrong 24 up there. First of 2, no good. Well, this next free throw is a big one. Yugumchak attempting to give the Mustangs the lead. The crowd as loud as ever. No good! Hillers have it, collected by Danasian. Here we go. Full court pressure. Danasian gonna draw a foul. Norwood has a couple to give. And it looks like we're gonna get a timeout as well. Hiller's gonna draw something up. 25 seconds left. Hiller's 48. Norwood 48. Get the heart pills ready. Unbelievable. What a game it has been in front of a packed house here at the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center tonight. But what more could you want on senior night? Of course, before the game, several seniors celebrated tonight for the Hillers, and a great group of seniors this year. Cooper Williston, Sean Brown, Emerson King, Mitch Simulus, Jackson Canales, Sam Danasian, and James Marcinowski. Several huge pieces of this Hiller basketball program for the last 4 years. Well, this next 25 seconds going to be intense. Get ready. Who is going to take it tonight? It's Hiller ball off the timeout. You got Ryland August, Mitch Simulus, James Marcinowski, and Willardson out there, as well as Danasian. August on the entry, gets it over to Willardson. Willardson trying to take it up court quick. Norwood does have a couple fouls to give. The kick out, 3 ball, yes! Mitch Simulus! What a clutch 3 that was. 8 seconds left. Driving in Dearborn for the tie. Shot waved off. Norwood timeout. Well, head coach Chris Frioli calling a timeout. You would have thought maybe do it a little earlier. You get the ball at midcourt, get to draw something up and have a little more time to work with. But he calls it now. 5.2 seconds left. That is certainly enough time to get off a shot. So Norwood's goal here, it's going to be to try to send it to overtime. And the girls basketball team, they just got back from Norwood. They're here watching the game just to the right over here. They played a good game tonight over in Norwood and lost in a close one, 45-37. But they got here just in time to catch these final seconds. 51-48, 5 seconds left. Norwood will have possession off the timeout. And they got Don't Stop Believin' playing right now. I'd say that's a good tune for the moment. All right, here we go. We'll see what the Mustangs and Coach Frioli drew up. On the entry, Sam Larkey. Simulus going to be in front of him. Gets it over. 3 attempt. No good. And we have a foul. Wow, they're saying there was a foul. That's going to be 3 free throws. Unreal. Mitch Simulus with the foul. Pat Connell will have 3 free throws. Hits the first. And the Hiller is going to call a timeout, try to ice the shooter. You can expect probably another timeout after the second shot. There's 2.7 seconds left on the clock. So you got to think if he hits these next 2, we're heading to overtime. But with the craziness that has happened in the last couple of minutes, who knows what's going to happen to close this one out. This game has turned into a wild one. But Pat Connell, this is certainly a tough situation. You got to get the other 2 free throws to tie the game, and you're going to have those timeouts where you get to think about it even more, and that's probably the last thing you want. But we'll see if he could be Mr. Clutch for Norwood. Buzzer sounds, and we are just about ready for the second free throw. Here we go. Second of 3. It's a 1-point game. Another timeout by the Hillers, trying to ice the shooter. And this next one will be for the tie. The anticipation. Well, certainly the type of fun game you wanted on senior night. But this is also a game that you really want to win if you're the Hillers. You've had the lead all game long, but in the late minutes of this fourth quarter, Norwood has worked their way back in. How about a TVL boys update? Well, we await the game-tying free throw. Dover Sherborne defeated Millis 71-65. Dover Sherborne boys, they had a bit of a rough start, but they have just been rolling lately. All right, here we go. We are ready for potentially the game-tying free throw. There goes the crowd again. Pat Connell at the line. The senior trying to tie the game for the Mustangs. And he does. 2.7 seconds left. Hiller's going to have to take a buzzer beater. The pass, the shot, and it's in! Oh, wow! Mitch Simulus! Mitch Simulus buries it! And the Hillers are going to win! 54-51! Absolutely unbelievable! And the fans and students section are celebrating tonight as they rush the court. What a win by the Hillers. And on senior night, it's senior Mitch Simulus burying the three. 2.7 seconds left. A perfect pass in. A perfect feed to Simulus. And a perfect shot from three-point land to give the Hillers the 54-51 win in this senior night game. Absolutely unreal. Game of the year so far. Absolutely game of the year. Unbelievable. Well, an absolutely wild game tonight, an absolutely wild finish, but a great finish. The Hopkinton Hillers taking the win, courtesy of a game-clinching 3 by Mitch Simulus in the final seconds after Connell hit 3 free throws to tie this game up for Norwood. Mitch Simulus able to knock it down in the final seconds for the win. And the Hillers take it 54-51. Hopkinton now 10-4 on the season. Norwood falls to 12-4. An absolutely unbelievable win here on senior night for the Hillers, and this is certainly a game that they will remember for a long time. But that is just about going to do it for our coverage here tonight. A big thank you to our A-plus crew of Mary Arnott and John Ritz. And for all of us at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow from the New England Sports Center, 2 p.m. Hiller girls hockey as they take on Ashland. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks, and have a great rest of your night. Goodbye, everybody.